So, your lesson was math, you did whole group number corner, and then you did some bridges things. What did you feel like went really well?
I feel like most of the kids, the majority of the class was engaged or like able to do what I asked them to do. We did an exit ticket at the end and they were all able to do it, minus the kids that I already have data that shows math is hard for them and they were gonna need support. So yeah, I feel like that part went really well. Their transitions are getting better. We're finally hitting our groove of where things are at, how to get it out quickly. I feel like that went really well. Just kind of those beginning of the year things of like how to handle your materials and
Yeah, I thought you did a really good job of like implementing some strategies to incorporate all kids instead of just like the middle of the road kids. And you did a really great job of doing like some of your formative assessment things, which I know is a district goal too. I also said that you were utilizing number racks with your kids and had a lot of choral response opportunities, and you worked and reiterated your learning targets and success criteria. Were there areas that you felt that you could grow?
yeah, I feel like the majority of, and this is just like in math in general, during reading and ELA time, I'm really good at like partner talks and share your thinking and why do you think that, but then now incorporating that into our math time of the day and really getting them to be able to explain what strategies they used and why do they think that they worked. We did a unit 2 pre-test and a lot of my kids could solve the story problems but couldn't like show a model or write an equation to match. And so I think just giving them more time and being intentional about opportunities for all of them to share their thinking.
Yep. Okay. And I have a few other questions to ask you. Did any part of the lesson feel challenging for you or for your students that you didn't necessarily anticipate would feel challenging?
I feel like sometimes with the number racks, it just gets to be a lot of materials around, and so trying to keep all the kids like on task with what we're doing. I also think it's hard at some points to know whether students really know it or if they're looking at the person beside them. So I think, again, doing more of that verbal stuff or conversations where you can walk around and really target that. I think that's kind of the part that was the trickiest, is just getting to understand their math brains.
Yeah. I, again, noticed that you did a really great job of doing all your formative assessment. How do you utilize formative assessment as part of your planning? Like, how did you plan for it, make sure that you were doing it, and take data from it?
So at the very beginning of the unit, we did a little pre-assessment, and so my students that showed that they already had mastery of the skills, now I'm giving them a challenge activity. If it's a lesson that's showing, like this lesson is all about addition strategies. Well, you were able to solve these and explain your thinking to me, so you don't need to sit through grabbing and counting on.
Yeah.
So they have some enrichment strategies that Sky is. And so they've been working on that. And then my kiddos that I noticed really struggle that day, I'll pull back when it's workplace station time and we'll either do one of the workplace stations. I know I have some kiddos that struggle with the missing add-in. So we'll either play the workplace station game or we will really work on like finding the missing number. And then the same, I have some kiddos that still even struggle with their number sense and being able to subitize, so pulling them over and just doing some like quick flash and organizing them and writing our numbers and just kind of based on what they need and being able to be fluid and
How could you use different types of quick checks to inform your next lessons? So instead of choral response or whiteboards, what else do you think maybe you could use?
they want to
Hey, Hammer. Betsy, wondering if someone could come take DW to the bathroom.
I am not available right now. Is anyone in the lunchroom available? Sorry.
Nope, you're okay. I've been using during ELA, and I want to bring it into math, it's just a name and notice sheet, so it's a blank grid with all my students' names, and then I can just carry it around and be like, check, got it, or like write down if there's numbers backwards or things like that, so we can be more, and just have one for the whole week, so if I don't get to every kid in one lesson, it's like, and then use that as like, okay, these are the numbers we really struggled with, so the next day when I'm doing our warm-up with the 10 frame cards, let me pick out these ones, or.
Yep, that will definitely help with intentional checking and staying on top of which kids might get it or might not.
Yeah, and then I want to do a better job of bringing back to our learning targets and success criteria at the end and having kids self-assess. How did they feel? How did it feel to them? Did it feel hard? Did you make a lot of mistakes or need a lot of help? Was this really easy and you got it right away? Do you have no idea what's going on?
Yeah, that is another really good goal, is to bring back students into self-assessment with the learning targets and success criteria. A couple more. How did you use questioning techniques to prompt higher order thinking, not just recall? So you talked to me about how you wanted different types of opportunities to respond and weren't quite sure about, just like, are they looking at their neighbors? Are they just writing down a guess? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I want to start doing more about like, how do you know? Is basically like my first questioning prompt. I want to start asking kids, like, turn to your partner. How did you figure that out? Do you two agree? Did you get different answers? Just like starting to get more of those conversations to help make sure that kiddos actually understand what they're doing. And then that'll help me when I'm walking around, like, wait, that person isn't talking ever.
Yeah.
They always have the right answer. Are they
Yeah.
memorizing, or are they copying? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of helping me dig deep.
Something that I've seen before are like quick little sentence starters for math thinking. Like, these are my mathematical thinking sentence starters. I know this because I'm wondering about, just like you would for ELA. That might be a quick little thing
Yeah.
that they can have like in their math toolkits or at their desk to get them
Post it
thinking.
somewhere whenever
Yeah,
they go to talk.
yeah, just like
I like that.
partner talk things.
They're really used to sentence stems, so that would
Yeah.
be an easy thing to bring into.
and just get them started because they might not know.
And then
How
number
they got
corner,
started.
I predict it's going
Yeah.
to be this because.
Yeah. Yeah, just bringing all of that into whole group too.
Mm-hmm.
You answered that one for me. You answered that one for me. I just have a couple things. I would encourage you to continue with those opportunities to respond. I know that's part of your growth plan.
Yep.
And you talked to me a lot about, oh wait, I did do
Yep.
a lot of that, and talking about turning and talking and explaining mathematical thinking. Again, you did a great job of utilizing your formative assessment. How can I know that I don't work with you super often, but is there anything that I can do to help support your goals?
So, but this time.
Okay. And then, yeah, just continue on.
Okay.
And we'll set up our ITPDP.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Lexi.